This is the eulogy for Suresh Paniaselvam. Today is an opportunity to reflect and understand the little boy who Suresh was. In the cradle of his loving family, he was the younger brother, and so looked up to his brother and dad to learn, and his mum always for her comfort. Unlike his more quiet and analytical brother, Suresh was all limbs and constantly questioning his world and his surroundings. He would take off and run headlong into any and every adventure, and he had many. From making and flying homemade kites at the local park, to dressing up in Superman cape at the hospital with the volunteers and the other ill children. He was just never going to lie down and take his condition, in which part of his heart and lung to do with the blood flow was just not formed properly. This was a fact, but he preferred play and fantasy and drawing his comic books. In his mind, and sometimes miraculously with his body, he was so much more than just his condition. Unlike his brother, his aforementioned brother, Dilip, Suresh was born here in Perth. He loved all of the things that Perth and WA had to offer, such as the rivers, waterways and beaches. And he loved his watermelon. Mummy would have to have it on hand wherever they would picnic. And picnic fun was to be had wherever possible. You would think that this boy invented nature play, creating shelters and using all aspects of his environment to make games. And he was so fascinated by all the variety of water birds, particularly ibises. Due to human encroachment upon their habitat, he was just so surprised that these birds have now come to be seen as pests and treated accordingly. Bin chickens, Mummy. What is a bin chicken? He loved nothing more than being with his family. And when he became unwell, this was such a large comfort to him. He helped his mummy to make yogurts and chutneys at home, and one of his favourite savoury snacks was garlic naan. His big brother Dilip was protective of him to a point where he would even get into bed with Suresh while he was receiving his treatments and having hospital stays. Excuse me. His parents were proud of this because, well, they say it tended to normalise the scarier times. They want everyone to know that their Christianity does really help a lot to help make sense of why they lost Suresh. I'm sorry, so young. And they do feel life is more mysterious than it can seem. I will now welcome Deepak to do a reading for his little boy. End eulogy.